Sabihin, at t equals infinity, meron tayong current. Okay, ano yung current natin? That is maximum. That is E over R. So, E is 10 volts. Okay, R is 1 ohm. So, ang current natin is 10 amperes. Okay, so next, doon tayo sa may second position ng switch. So, ang tanong dito, what will be the current at the loop 1 second after the switch or after the switching? So, pagkapalo natin, hindi pa natin kukunin yung current. But, kukunin natin yung current after 1 second. Okay, so at t equals 1 second, what is our current? Okay, ipalo natin dun sa ating position number 2 yung switch. So, ang mangyayari, yung current natin dito magdi-discharge on this loop. Okay, so i-redraw lang natin yung circuit natin. So, parang ito na yung maging closed circuit natin. So, 1, 1, 2, 0.5. Okay, so again, pagkapalo natin dito, meron agad yung current. Tama. So, meron tayong current na umiikot dyan. That is yung 10 amperes. Ibig sabihin, yung final current natin dito sa position 1, yun yung maging initial current natin dun sa position 2. So, at t equals 0, yung current natin dito is 10 amperes. Take note, dito lang po ito sa may second condition natin. So, dito gagamit tayo ng DE. Okay, try natin gumamit ng DE. So, ang mga R natin, constant. Yung L natin, may formula yan with respect to DE. So, using your DE, ito na po yung maging derived formula natin. So, I as a function of T, that is equal to I plus KE raised to negative T over tau. Again, madiderive mo to using your DE. So, ano ba ang current ulit? That is LDI dt. Ikot yung LDI dt dito, then proceed ka sa DE kung variable separable man yan. So, pupunta ka sa equation na to. Dito tayo mag-substitute ng mga values. So, sabi niya dito, at t equals 0, the current equals 10 amperes. So, from here, given that we have no initial conditions pala. So, kumbaga dito pa lang, wala siyang initial condition na yung ito may current, ito may current. So, wala. Ang meron lang is yung initial condition natin mismo na at t equals 0. Pero yung mga initial condition dun sa ating capacitor dito na dalawa or sa inductor na dalawa, walang value po yan. So, ang magiging formula natin is, okay, so we have at t equals 0. Kumbaga, ito is I0. Ilagay ko na lang dito I0. So, IO is 10 amperes, but we have no initial current that is 0. So from here, we have 10 that is equal to 0 plus K E raised to 0. So ang K natin is equal to 10. So ang I as a function of T natin is equal to 10 E raised to negative T over tau. Yan. So from here, so we have 10 times E raised to negative T. Ano yung time natin? 1 second. Ano yung tau natin? That is L over R, but that is the total. So, L total, pagka nakaseries ang inductor, magpa-plus. So, we have 1.05 or 1.5 over R, the total resistance, that is 1 plus 2. So, we have 3. So, what is our current? So, 10 times E raised to negative 1 over 0.5. So 1.353 amperes. And that is letter C. Again, itong formula yun na to, I think meron sa mga books niyo eh. Pagka meron siyang condition. Pero ito kasi nangyari na meron tayong dalawang branch circuit. Yung una, charge muna natin, then discharge natin yung circuit na to dun sa isa pang circuit. Okay? So parang ito, pwede kong i-generalize yung formula natin. Pwede kong alisin to actually. Kasi zero lang din naman siya. Okay, next number. Number 23. And ulit, objective. A parallel inductor and capacitor is connected across a battery where L equals 0.25 Henry and C is 28 microfarad, where V is 12 volts. What will happen to the battery? Meron daw tayong circuit dito. This is 12 volts. Meron tayong inductor na nakaparallel to a capacitor. Ang tanong, what will happen to the battery? Hindi naman binanggit dito kung ano yung condition. T equals 0 ba or what? So, ang i-assume natin na condition that is at T equals infinity. So, sabi natin at T equals infinity, the inductor will short, the capacitor will open. So, parang ito wala na. So, ano ba ang nangyayari pag sinashort natin ang isang battery? Umiinit, tama. So, pag sobrang init na, it will explode. So, that is letter C. Diba, pag sinashort mo yung battery, umiinit, ibig sabihin, sasabog yun kapag sobrang tagal. Okay, next, number 24. Okay, a RLC series circuit across a constant voltage are the following. R equals 1 ohm, L equals 20 millihenry, C is 300 microfarad. What will be the frequency of oscillation? So again, direct formula for the frequency of oscillation or resonant frequency, that is 1 over 2 pi square root of L, so 20 millihenry times C. That is 300 microfarad. Yeah, so we have 1 over 2 pi square root of 20 millihenry times 300 microfarad. We have 64.97. That is in hertz. So that is letter C. Next number 25. When is a series RLC circuit overdamped? Again, pagka overdamped, dapat yung discriminant is greater than 0. So this is the relation kung saan mag-greater than 0 yung ating circuit. Kasi nilipat lang naman yung C, ba? Pwede mong palabasin yan, pwede mong i-produce na tama si letter C. Discriminant must be equal to 0 or greater than 0. Yan na, series. So yung relation natin kanina. Ito na jumble lang kasi yung mga ano. Dito lang kayo dito pero parehas lang yan. Kung i-jumble mo siya as greater than 0. Okay, 26. What is the final value of the current in a series RL? Again, final value ng RL circuit. That means at T equals infinity. That is maximum. So letter B. Next, number 27. In electrical circuits, transient currents are associated with, syempre, inductor and capacitor. So letter D. Okay, next, 28. A 250 millihenry inductor is connected in series with a 2.5 ohm resistor, a switch, and a 24 volts battery. What will be the rate of increase of the current at the time the switch is closed? So since this is a series RL circuit, hinahanap yung rate of increase ng current. So gamitin natin yung formula I. That is equal to E over R. We have 1 minus E raised to negative T over tau. So gagawin lang natin, i-derive natin to. Pero before that, i-substitute na natin yung mga values. So E, that is E over R, we have 24 over 2.5 multiplied by 1 minus E raised to negative T over tau, that is L over R. That is 250 millihenry over the resistance na 2.5 ohm. Okay, then i-derive natin to both sides. Okay, ano yung value ng T natin dito pag dinerive natin? Okay, balikan ko yung tanong. What will be the rate of increase of the current at time the switch is closed? Ibig sabihin, pagkapalo pa lang ng switch, your time T is equal to 0. Ayan, so derive natin yan. So derivative ng 24 over 2.5 multiplied by, we have 1 minus E raised to negative X over 250 millihenry times or divided by 2.5 given that T is equal to 0 or X equals 0. Okay, so we have di dt that is equal to 96 ampere per second. So we have letter D. Okay, next, number 29. What is the initial current of an RC circuit? Again, initial current, that is T equals 0. So it acts as a short circuit pagka initial condition, so that is maximum. Letter A. So di ba yung number 1 natin kanina ang dami ng narating? Ito, ang dami nating nasagot na objective dahil dito. Ganon din kay number 30. Which of the following will act as a short circuit at T equals 0 with 0 initial condition? Si capacitor. Parehas lang doon sa dito sa number natin. Number 29. Okay, shorted silang dalawa. Shorted in both numbers. Next, number 31. In a series of 3 components as the following. 4 Henry, 4 Farad, and a potentiometer. Pag sinabi natin potentiometer, this is a variable resistor. Which of the following value of the resistor will yield an underdamped condition? So again, this is a series RLC. So again, sa series RLC natin, M squared plus RM over L plus 1 over LC. That is equal to 0. So discriminant natin, we have R over L squared minus 4 times 1 times C. Since underdamped, dapat daw less than 0. Okay, input natin yung mga present. Ang absent dito is si R. So we have R over L of 4. So quantity squared minus 4 over LC. L is 4, C is 4. Anong value ng R para maging less than 0? So magta-trial and error na lang tayo. Okay, so input natin to. So we have quantity X over 4 close quantity squared minus 4 over 16, so maging 1/4 na lang po yan. I-count natin si letter A na 2 ohms. Is that less than 0? No, this is critically damped. Count natin si 1. Yes, this is less than 0. Calc natin si 4. This is overdamp. Calc natin si 3. Overdamp. So ang answer natin is letter B. That is 1 ohm. So kinalk lang natin yung formula natin. Inom lang natin kung sino yung magsasatisfy. Given that the discriminant must be less than 0. Okay, next, number 32. So transient disturbance occurs in a circuit whenever it is shorted, suddenly connected or disconnected from the supply, subjected to changing voltage, or all of the above. Okay, this is all of the above. Lahat ng condition na yan nakaka-affect sa transient natin. Diba, ito parang si shorted. O yung transient natin, ibig sabihin nasa steady state. Connected or disconnected, pag follow ng switch at equals 0, may transient response. Subjected to changing voltage, si capacitor nagbabago ng voltage under transient analysis. Okay, 33. A series RL circuit with R equals 5 ohms and L equals 200 millihenry is connected across 240 volts DC source. What will be the current 10 milliseconds after the switch was turned on? So again, this is a series RL circuit. Ang hinahanap is the current. So use the formula pa rin, that is E over R. We have 1 minus E raised to negative T over tau. Ayan, so E is 240 volts divided by R of 5 ohms multiplied by the quantity 1 minus E raised to negative T 10 milliseconds divided by tau, that is L over R, 200 millihenry over R of 5 ohms. Yeah, that is 240 divided by 5 multiplied by 1 minus E raised to negative 10 milliseconds over 200 milliseconds divided by 5. So 10.62 amperes. What is the choices? 10.62. Wala tayong 10.62 amperes. So kung titignan yung choices, mukhang magkakamukha naman silang lahat. 4406, 4006, 4606, 4206. Ibig sabihin, ang mali is nasa given. No, maghanap tayo ng pwedeng i-doktor dyan. So, let's try para tumaas yung value ng current natin, dapat tumaas yung exponent dito. So, try nating babaan yung denominator para tumaas yung exponent. Tama? So, try nating bawasan to ng 0. Gawin natin siyang 200 or 20. Pero ito, balik natin sa answer na 240 over 5. Oh, ayun, meron. 44.06 amperes. Ibig sabihin, mali yung given. So the answer here is letter B. Again na, tignan mo muna yung sagot mo kung paano mo siya dodoktorin. Kasi yung choices dito tumaas, ibig sabihin, paano ka makakapag-produce na answer na mas mataas sa answer mo kanina. So ano yung papalitan mo, ano yung babawasan mo, or dadagdagan mo. Example. Okay, next, number 34. A 50 millihenry inductor is connected in series with a 1 ohm resistor across 10 volts DC source. If the initial current is 5 amperes, what will be the current after T 0.03 second. Okay, so I think parang ito yung kanina. Mukhang kamukha nung kanina kasi may initial current tayo. So gamitin natin yung formula natin kanina. I as a function of t. Kung binigay ko kanina dun sa may dalawang branches, I plus k e raised to negative t over tau. So from here at t equals 0, so meron daw siyang I as a function of t na 5 amperes. So from here, ulitin ko lang yung kanina, bakit naging 0? Ang number pa yun? Okay, ito, bakit inalis ko kanina yung I dito? Bakit equal to 0? It is because wala na po siyang voltage source dito. Kung sakali man na magkaroon ka ng voltage source, yun yung maging I mo dito. That is E over yung R mo dito. But since wala ka ng voltage source, inalis na natin from the source mismo. Kasi ang maging source na lang natin dito, wala ka na magiging initial. Yun nga, magkaiba yung initial current dito sa initial current mo dito. Kasi yung initial current mo dito, yun ang galing na dun sa inductor. Yung current mo dito na initial, yung mga galing dun sa source mo. Kaya pwede mo nang alisin ito kanina. Okay, I hope na-guess niyo po yun. Yung mga hindi, parang nagtataka kanina bakit naging 0. Meron ka namang initial dito. It is because itong current na to, manggagaling dapat sa source. Kung doon sana kinabit, ayun, meron tayong current na 10 over 2 amperes. Pero dito, wala na kasi nga wala kang source mismo. Ang magiging source natin is the initial conditions ng inductor, yung I.O. So yun yung gagamitin natin kay number 34. So from here, I as a function of t is 5 amperes. That is equal to I, yung I natin. Ayun, meron siyang source voltage na 10 volts. Ano yung kanyang resistor? 1 ohm. Plus K. Ano yung K natin? Pwede ba nating mahanap yung K? Tignan natin, K, that is equal to E raised to negative T over tau. So initially, at T equals 0, mahanap ko yung K. So at T equals 0, that is 5 minus 10. I-rewrite lang natin to. 5, that is equal to 10 plus K E raised to negative T over tau. Ayan, at T equals 0, okay, 1 na yan. So ang K natin magiging 5 minus 10 or negative 5. So ang maging general equation natin ay as a function of T that is equal to 10 minus 5E raised to negative T over tau. So from here, pwede na. That is 10 minus 5 E raised to negative T, that is 0.03 second, over tau, that is L over R. L is 50 millihenry over R of 1 ohm. So 10 minus 5 times E raised to 0.03. Ilagay ko na lang dito negative. 50 millihenry. So 7.256 amperes. Okay, that is letter C. Okay, I hope malinaw na sa inyo yung kanina. Yung derived equation natin kasi kung mag-DE tayo, mahabaan lang tayo ng time. Okay, ito kasing transient analysis, yun nga, madami siyang way ng solving. Pwedeng yung derive, pwedeng yung Laplace transform, pwede rin yung differential equation. Bahala na kayo mamili kung anong favorite nyo, kung anong gusto nyo, kung anong trip nyo. Okay, next, number 35. A coil of inductance 10.5 Henry is connected to a source voltage V equals the quantity 3T plus 25.4 raised to 1 half. What is the current in the inductor after 5.25 seconds? Again, pwede pala itong gamitan ng formula. So yung voltage natin ng inductor, tama ba? What is the current in the inductor? Yung voltage ng inductor natin, dinefine natin kanina yan as LdIdt. Since this is a coil of inductance only, so let's say this is a pure inductor. So pwede na. So EL times dt, that is equal to LdI. So ang di natin, that is equal to EL dt over L. So integrating both sides, yung L natin dyan is constant. So ang di natin or yung I natin magiging integral of EL dt over L. And yung EL natin is the voltage source dito. We have 3T plus 25.4 raised to 1 half. Then dt over L, ano yung inductor natin? Given, that is 10.5 Henry. Ang limit natin from 0 to the given time, 5.25. So gamit tayo ng integration. Sana natin. So integral ng 3x, quantity 3x, plus 25.4 raised to 1 half, from 0 to 5.25. Then over 10.5. Okay, so we have 2.88 amperes. That is letter C. Next number 36. A 100 millihenry inductor is connected in series with a 10 ohm resistor across a 12 volt battery. What is the time constant? So ang time constant natin, tau, that is, for inductor is L over R. So simply divide yung inductance natin na 10 millihenry sa ating resistor na 10. 100. Okay, so simply that is 10 milliseconds. So we have letter D. Okay, next number 37. A series RLC circuit has the following components. R equals 1000 ohms, L equals 1 Henry, and C equals 4 microfarad. What will be the damping of the circuit or of the current? Again, series na naman to. So yung formula natin kanina, R over L is 1000 over L squared minus 4 AC, so 4 over LC. 1 times 4 micro. So ano to compared to 0? That is 1000 squared minus 1 over. So cancel na yung 4, 1 micro. Okay, so 0. Equal to 0, critically damped. Next, number 38. If the product of the capacitance C and the voltage V is charge Q, then what should be the product of inductance L and current I? So I think this is under yung magnetic circuits na. Sa magnetic circuits, ano bang relation ng L at saka I natin? product ng Li. Di ba yung lion? So flux times N. Okay, ano ba yung flux times N natin? Turn. Flux turn. Maybe baka kulang ito. Baka dapat meron siyang relation with respect to number of turns. Or kung ginawang constant yung N, pwede. So the answer is the magnetic flux. Kung ginawa siyang directly proportional. For example, the product of Li is directly proportional to flux. Ayan, yung K natin dyan, di ba Li equals K flux. Yung K is the number of turns. Ayan, pwede. So that is the number of flux. Meron siyang relation with respect to proportionality. So the answer here is letter A. Yung magnetic flux density kasi, this is your beta, tama? That is flux per unit area. Itong magnetic field strength, ano ba to? Yung F yata to? O H, tama, yung H. Iba na naman yung formula ng H natin. And magnetomotive force, MMF, ano ba tong MMF? Yung T natin, tama ba? Ampere turn naman to. Hindi rin pwede. Okay, next, number 39. Transient current in an RLC circuit is oscillatory when that is underdamped. Pag sinabi nating underdamped, less than. Okay, so letter C. Again, iba-iba lang yung itsura niya dito, pero pag ginumble-jumble mo yan, babalik ka lang sa discriminant. Okay, so magiging less than 0 po yan. Andito lang kasi yung R. Pag nilipat mo sa kabila, magiging discriminant po yan. Okay, next number 40. A 100 microfarad capacitor is connected in series with 1 kilo ohm resistor. What is the time constant? Capacitor, resistor. So ano ang tau natin pagka RC circuit? RC. So simply 1 kilo ohm times 100 microfarad. So 1,000 times 100 micro. So 0.1 or that is 100 milliseconds. So letter D. Okay, next, number 41. A component that opposes the change in circuit current is what? That is the inductance. Opposes the change in circuit current. Hindi siya opposes the flow of current. Pagka yun kasi, pwedeng si resistance. Tama. Kasi ang resistance is a parameter na nag-oppose sa circuit natin. Kumukontra sa current natin. Bakit humihina? Ito kasi change in current. Next, number 42. The voltage across a 20 microfarad capacitor varies with time as given by Vc equals 10.75 minus 1.5 E raised to negative 1000 T in volts. What is the current through the capacitor after 1 millisecond? Current ng capacitor, how do we define current ng capacitor? Since ang given dito is capacitance at saka voltage, ano bang relation ng capacitance and voltage? Si CV, tama. So we have Q equals CV. And ano ang kinalaman ng equation na to sa current? Diba ang current natin is Q over T, tama ba? Ampere per second, coulomb per second, so tama. So pwede kong i-derive ito. So derivative ng Q with respect to time, so we have dQ over dt. That is equal to, ang capacitance magiging constant. So eto meron tayong derivative ng V with respect to dt. Again, dq over dt, that is your current. So meron ka ng current, that is C dV dt. So substitute, yung C natin is 20 microfarad. I-derive po natin yung voltage equation na given. That is 10.75 minus 1.5 E raised to negative 1,000 of T. And the value of T is 1 times 10 raised to negative 3 seconds. Okay, so derive. We have 20 micro times the derivative of 10.75 minus 1.5 E raised to negative 1,000x. And x is equal to 1 times 10 raised to negative 3. So 0.011. That is in ampere. Ayan, so that is letter C. Okay, next number 43. Given 1 ohm resistor, 1 Henry inductor, 1 farad capacitor, if connected in series, what will be the frequency of oscillation? So again, the frequency of oscillation is the resonant. So 1 over 2 pi square root of LC. So from here, pwede ko nang kunin, that is 1 over 2 pi square root ng L times C. So that is 1 over 2 pi. So 1 over 2 pi, nakita natin din kanina na sobrang liit ng value. So wala naman sa choices natin ang hertz, tama, kasi ang frequency is in hertz. Ang meron lang rad per second, does not oscillate, 2 rad per second, and 1/2 rad per second. So siguro, to-troubleshoot na lang natin itong problem. Ano kayang hanapin natin? Hanapin natin yung angular velocity omega. So ang angular velocity is defined as 2 pi f. Yung f natin dito is the resonant frequency. So we have here 2 pi times fr of 1 over 2 pi. So ang meron tayo is 1 rad per second. Sa key answer natin, that is also letter A. So instead of the frequency of oscillation, parang may sub-question pa dito na what is the angular velocity? Okay, next, 43. So last 6 problems. Which of the following will act as open circuit at t equals 0? Open pag t equals 0, that is your inductor. Again, refer to number 1. Next, number 45. So a 200 microfarad, 300 microfarad, and 600 microfarad capacitor is connected in series with a 24 volts DC source with an internal resistance of 1 ohm. What will be the voltage across the 600 microfarad capacitor after t equals 0.1 millisecond? Paano ba ito? So meron daw tayo tatlong capacitor connected in series with a 24 volts DC source. Ayan. So capacitor 1, capacitor 2, capacitor 3. So we have here 200 microfarad, we have 300 microfarad, and we have 600 microfarad. Yung battery pala natin, may internal resistance dito na 1 ohm. So hanapin natin yung voltage across the 600 microfarad. Okay, so voltage, lagay ko na lang dito, V600 is unknown. So how do we calculate this one? Kailangan natin na, kailangan natin? Sa series connection ng capacitance, ano yung common kaya sa kanila? Ang common sa kanila is yung kanilang, is this the charge, Q? Tama? So ano bang formula ng Q ulit? Q equals CV. So ang Q total natin is yung C total times V total. Yung V total natin, syempre, that is yung source voltage natin na 24 volts. So C total, hanapin natin yung C total. Pag ang capacitor naka-series, pag hinanap natin yung total, para siyang parallel na resistance. So that is 1 over 200 micro plus 1 over 300 micro plus 1 over 600 micro. Then inverse natin. Okay, this 200 inverse plus 300 inverse plus 600 inverse inverse. So 100 microfarad. So pwede na. Pwede ko nang kunan yung total charge natin, that is 100 microfarad times 24 volts, or that is equal to 2,400. That is in microfarad. So since meron na akong Q, yun yung common, just like the current na common, pwede ko na bang hanapin yung V? Yes. Using again your QCV. So ang V natin on the 600 microfarad capacitor using this formula is syempre yung Q divided by yung C niya. That is 200 or 2,400 microfarad divided by its C, that is 600 microfarad. Okay? Ay, meron pala siyang binanggit dito na time. Hindi ko napansin yung time. Kunin natin yung voltage muna pala. Or pwede rin naman by Q. Sige nga, try nga natin. So, hindi pala pwede. So, itong voltage pala na to is under transient. Kasi may resistor din ba? Okay, so dito tayo mag-end muna. Since meron na tayong QT, gamitin na lang natin yung formula ng voltage ng capacitor. Ayun na lang. Voltage ng capacitor is E. Tama? That is 1 minus E raised to negative T over tau. Okay, pag dinivide natin both sides by Q, Q ba? Tama. QCV. V over Q. Hindi. Kailangan natin na equivalent na lang ng V. Anong equivalent ng V? Ayan, Q over C. So ito pwede kong palitan ng Q over C. Q over C. Ito Q over C. Ito total. Okay, so ito magiging voltage na rin ulit to. Voltage ng capacitor. That is Q over T. Ano yung Q natin? That is 2. Wait lang, parang baliktad ulit. Sige, isi ko na lang muna to. Okay, C. Okay, again yung Q over C, yan yung voltage ng ating 600 microfarad capacitor. And ito yung kanyang equivalent, that is Q. Ano yung Q natin? We have 2,400 microfarad divided by C. Ano yung C na yan? Yung C ng capacitor natin, 600 microfarad. Ito pa lang pala yung makuha natin kanina. Times 1 minus E raised to negative T, that is 0.1 millisecond, over tau. Again, this is an RC circuit. Yung R natin is 1 ohm. Yung C natin, that is the C total, 100 microfarad. Mali ako ng unit dito. Unit ng Q natin must be in coulomb. Microcoulomb. Okay, so let's find the voltage of the 600 microfarad capacitor. That is 2,400, magka-cancel yung micro, so 600 multiplied by 1 minus E raised to negative 0.1 milli over 100 micro. And that is 2.5285. That is in volts. Okay, any clarifications? Ito na, ginamit lang natin yung formula ng V kanina. Di ba ito V rin naman to? Ito voltage ng capacitor, ito is yung E. Yung E natin, dito nang galing. So, kumbaga parang yung voltage yan ni 600 microfarad kapag ka at equal 0. Kung saan na shorted pa. Or kumbaga, yes, shorted pa. Mag-start pa lang siya mag-start. Next number 46. Objective na naman to. What is the final value of the current in a series RC circuit? Ayan, final value ng RC. Again, at t equals infinity, it is open. So, 0. 47. The transient produced due to sudden but energetic changes from one steady state of a circuit to another are known as, they are transition transients. So letter. Next number 48. The impulse response of RL circuit is A. That is letter B, decaying exponential function. Number 49. So problem solving pa. So a 125 millihenry inductor is connected in parallel with a resistor 5 ohms in value and across a 25 volts DC source. What will be the value of the current in the 5 ohm resistor after a very long time? Drawing natin. So sabi niya dito, a inductor is connected in parallel sa isang resistor. So this inductor has a value of 125 millihenry and this resistor is 5 ohms in value. So connected in a 25 DC source, 25 volts DC source. So what is the value of the current in the 5 ohm resistor after a very long time? Okay, kung titingnan natin, after a very long time, that is at t equals infinity. Ibig sabihin, may mag-short po dyan. Tama. Ang mag-short is si inductor. Kung shorted na to, anong mangyayari? Sabog yung battery natin. Tama. Kasi nga, mag-short na to, ibig sabihin, ang current natin, dadaan yan sa least resistance. Siyempre dito wala kang resistance kasi nga shorted. Dito lahat papasok yung current. Wala ng current na dadaloy doon. Tama. Therefore, the current here is equal to 0. Kasi nga shorted na po yan. Walang resistance dito. Sino bang pipiliin ng current? Yung walang resistance. Tama. So dito siya dadaan lahat. Ibig sabihin shorted yan. Sabog pa rin yung battery natin just like yung explanation natin kanina. Parang masu-short lang yung battery, walang pakialam yung load mo dito. Okay, yan po yung explanation natin, just like yung kanina. And last number 50. Which of the following will act as an open circuit at t equals infinity? C, capacitor. Okay, so kindly count the number of correct answers. And ito yung mga solutions natin sa mga hindi nakaabot kanina. Okay, so palitin na lang natin para minsanan yung mas-screenshot ninyo. Two pages. Okay. So start tayo ng number... Ayan. Give you 2 seconds. Five to 8. Nine to 12. 13 to 16. 17 to 20. 21 to 25 or 24. 25 onwards. 29 onwards. Next number, 33. Next number, 37. Next number, 41. Next number, 45. Okay, last page, 49. Okay, so I hope maraming naintindihan sa lecture natin ng quiz and okay, so pwede tayo mag-leave. Your next subjects, magbasa pa rin ng objectives kasi marami pa rin tayong objectives ng EE. Okay, so again, thank you for listening and God bless.